Good morning, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Rock Your Locks by Jess. I am your certified trichologist, your certified hair loss practitioner, certified hair loss specialist, licensed cosmetologist in 7 states, also a master educator with U.S. Trichology Institute. And this morning, the reason behind my video is I had a viewer to ask a question, a very good question. She wanted to know what to expect when you go in for a trichology consultation or a consultation with a hair loss practitioner or a consultation with a hair loss specialist. So I want to cover everything that you would expect and those things that you should not expect so that I can answer all of her questions to the T. So first of all, you're going to start out with when on the day of your consultation, you'll go in with a freshly shampooed hair. You want to shampoo your hair fresh overnight, unless you're going into a clinic that has a spa and they'll do your shampoo process there. You will also either receive a consultation form via email or you'll receive the consultation form on the day of your appointment. For my clinic, I like to email the consultation form because it cuts back some of that time that you will already have it filled out and emailed it back to my clinic, or you can bring it in when you come and we go over it very briefly. So this is the consultation form, and this has some of my information on it. It's going to ask you personal information, your contact information, name, address, phone number, home phone number, your occupation, email address, who referred you, and then it's going to go into asking questions about your medical history. Once it starts to ask questions about your medical history, it's going to ask you your physician's name. We want to know your medical history because we want to know what's going on in the body. Because, as you know, hair loss grows from the inside out. So if the body's not well, the hair is not going to be well. So the questions about the medical part is very, very important. And it's very important for you to answer them very, very truthfully so that we as a trichologist will know what steps to take and how to help you. We ask for your physician's name because your physician and the trichologist can work together to help you maintain your health as well as your hair. We want to know if you have problems with anemia, depression, thyroid disease, hypertension, blood pressure, because the medications that you will be taking, that your doctor will prescribe to you for those issues have been known to cause some type of thinning, hair loss, balding, alopecia, etc. We want to know what your blood work levels are, again, so we know where you're deficient at. If you're deficient in some areas, then we as a trichologist have products, nutrients that can assist you in getting your body well. Again, we work well with your physician because your physician is going to be able to tell us what they've experienced within your health, and we'll be able to know how to put the program together to make it work synergistically for you as the client. We ask you questions about, are you planning to get pregnant? Because some of the nutrients and vitamins that are on the market aren't good for those that are nursing babies, especially when you start to using the hair growth therapy products. They're FDA approved, so they're not going to hurt you. But as physicians, as well as practitioners, certified trichologists, we want to err on the side of caution. We want to help you, not hurt you. Okay, so we want to ask those questions to make sure that we know that we're in line with everything going forward. So it's very important that you're going to be truthful on this form right here. We want to know about your nutrition because we want to know if you're getting your daily amount of protein, if you're working out, if you're relieving stress, if you're eating fruits and vegetables, if you are eating fast food. We want to know all of those things. They're also going to ask you questions about your hair and scalp because that's important as well. We want to know, are you experiencing itching? Are you experiencing dry scalp? Do you have an overload amount of dandruff? Do you have raised bumps? Are you experiencing pussing coming out of those bumps? Scales coming out? Are you experiencing hair loss in certain areas and growth in certain areas? We want to ask you all those questions because it's going to help us to determine what is going on with your hair before we assess your scalp. We want to know if you have been diagnosed in the past with any type of alopecia, whether it's alopecia areata, alopecia totalis, alopecia universalis. We want to know all of those things because, again, it's going to help us be able to know where we're going, and what plan is going to be working beneficial for you. We want to know if your hair loss is getting worse from, so say for instance, if you said you started noticing that the thinning happened 2 years ago. We want to know, is it progressing worse or is it staying the same? That's a very important question that we want to ask you. We want to know, what type of shampoo are you using? Because we also know that there are things that are in the shampoos that are very dangerous and harmful to your hair and your scalp. So that's the reason behind why we ask, what type of shampoo are you using? How often do you shampoo your hair? Are you shampooing once a week? Are you shampooing every 2 weeks? Are you shampooing only once a month? Or are you shampooing every 2 months? Because shampoo health is very important. So we know that if you're shampooing once a week, your pH levels are very, very good and balanced. If you're one that doesn't shampoo but once a month, then your pH balances are out of whack. And so we want to bring that pH balance back in line so that your scalp can be very, very healthy and be a good ground of soil, so to speak, for your hair to thrive and grow. We also want to know your genetic history, hereditary issues, parents, grandparents, siblings, uncles. What products have you been using over the course of time? Have you ever thought about doing transplants? How important is hair loss to you? We want to know that, because if you come in and you say, my hair is falling out and I want to know how to grow it back as soon as possible, we know that you're then very serious about going forward with the program. But if you're coming in and you're saying, I'm experiencing hair loss and I'm really not that concerned about it, I just really want to know where I'm at right now and possibly how much longer do I have before I may lose the rest of my hair. You're one of those clients that we know are not really concerned about it. You're just wanting to get some information, and that's fine. That's all fine and well, because everyone is going to lose their hair at some point in time. It's going to start thinning no matter what age you are, because the body on the inside has a tendency to become malnourished. And the hair is the last thing that the body cares about. So if your body starts to feel sick on the inside, it's going to first do what? Attack your hair, because that's the one thing that the body doesn't need to survive, which is the reason behind why we ask these questions. So this is going to be on your consultation form. All these questions that I just pretty much went over, some of that stuff is what you're going to know when you're going in for your hair consultation. Now, you're going to expect to receive a scalp analysis during this consultation. Now, the scalp analysis is going to be done using a capilloscope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my capilloscope together so you will actually be able to see what a professional capilloscope is going to look like. So you're going to actually, this is magnified 50 times. So when you actually put the scope on someone's scalp, you're going to go in here. It's going to turn on, the light's going to turn on, and you're going to actually see the hair follicles, the surface of the scalp with this one. It's the 50 lens, okay? So then they're going to take this one off. Now, mind you, this one can take photos. So you're going to be able to take photos, and you can expect to leave with your photos being emailed to you from your trichologist or from your hair loss practitioner. If they don't email them to you that day, I'm sure they'll get with you to get them emailed to you at your earliest convenience. But after they go in on the 50 to see your surface, the surface is going to show you all of your dandruff. It'll show you your hair follicles. It'll show you the hair that's coming out of those follicles. You'll be able to see how many hairs are coming out of the follicles. You'll also be able to see whether the follicles are clogged or not with this one. Now, with the 200 lens, it's magnified 200 times. So with this lens, you're going to be able to see down to the capillaries. The capillaries are very, very important to be seen, because once you see capillaries, you know that there's life there. Blood flow, circulation to the scalp. And this is very fascinating. If you've never seen your scalp underneath a capilloscope, you really should schedule an appointment. I think that every person that has hair that does not have hair should schedule an appointment and come in just to see what the scalp looks like and to learn about the importance of taking care of your hair. So this right here is very, very important. You should expect to receive a scalp analysis. If you don't receive a scalp analysis, then you want to go to a center or a clinic or a salon that has a trichologist or a hair loss practitioner or a hair loss specialist that has a capilloscope. Without a scope, you don't know what you're going into, and you don't know what type of program is going to work for you. That is so very important. Scoping. Scalp analysis is very important. So if you walk into a clinic or a hair salon and they don't have a capilloscope, then you want to find someone that does. You want to go back to the website and look up someone that does have that capilloscope, because without that capilloscope, they can't do anything except recommend products. And how can you recommend products if you don't know what my scalp looks like? Okay? So you're going to expect for them to scope you, actually first taking digital photos. So you're going to have a shield that's going to cover your face. And you're going to take digital photos of your befores. Then after they take the digital photos, you're going to then receive your scalp analysis. So the scalp analysis is going to be from the front, the crown, the sides, and your nape area. Anything that outside of that will be something that you'll let them know. Okay, you know what, Jessica, I am experiencing thinning in the left side of my scalp. Can you please do your scalp analysis over there? So because I want to see what my scalp looks like over there. So of course we're going to go to the areas that you're having problems with, but the initial scoping analysis is going to start off in the front, the crown, the sides, your occipital, and your nape area. Those are going to be the areas that we're going to focus on primarily. And especially if you are experiencing hair loss as far as male and female pattern baldness, because that's going to be in your crown area, in your front, and your horseshoe line for your males. So that's what you need to expect to do this. And after you receive your scalp analysis, your trichologist or your hair loss specialist or your hair loss practitioner is then going to look over your photos, and they're going to tell you what they see. Based off what they see is what's going to be the recommendation on how to determine what you're going to do going forward. And I have a couple of notes that I wanted to talk to you about. With my clients and the products that we use the XCC Growth Systems. So when I'm speaking to my clients, first of all, whenever I do my consultation and the potential client calls in to schedule an appointment with me, my assistant or myself, whichever one is available to talk at that time, is going to direct you to my website, which is www.rockylocksbygess.com. www.rockylocksbygess.com. And we're going to tell you to go to the Hair Loss Solutions tab. When you click on the Hair Loss Solutions tab, it has everything that you're going to need to know about these products, so that when you come in, you're going to be well versed and you're going to have a lot of knowledge on what we're going to be talking about. Because it's not the business of selling you something. I'm in the business of helping you understand going forward what's going to happen, how we're going to work on this journey, what we're going to add to the journey, what we're going to take away from the journey. All of these things are very, very, very important, because I don't sell, I service. Sorry about that. So this is what you're going to expect. Now, also as a nutritionist, I do discuss nutritional products with my clients that's going to help to benefit them in the long run as far as their internal body. So we're talking about these products, your growth systems products. Now, after your scalp analysis, what's going to happen to you? Your trichologist, your certified hair loss practitioner, is going to start discussing with you products that's going to benefit you and help you with your hair restoration. First of all, you want to make sure that when you walk into the facility that you feel welcome. That's first and foremost. If you're coming into my clinic, you don't have to worry about someone else being there already. We do private one-on-one sessions, because hair loss is a very sensitive subject. and you don't want to walk into someone's facility and they're assisting other people and you're seeing what's going on with them. They're getting to see what's going on with you. They're hearing your private, confidential information. This is private information right here. No one should be listening to you having a consultation with your trichologist at any time, period. Now, after that, we then talk about the programs. Okay, so within the programs, you will expect to have your trichologist if they have them available. In my clinic, we have access to all of the lasers. We have access to all of the products that are available in our clinic. So we'll talk to you about your brush, your hair therapy brush. We'll talk to you about your Laser Band 82, which is going to be the one that you would use if you have extensive hair loss, or if you want to try to grow your hair back really, really quickly. I also have in clinic the my hair rejuvenation system, my 160 diode laser there. That is not a hood dryer. That is a low-level light therapy device. And what it does is it helps to stimulate the scalp and stimulate the hair follicles to promote hair growth. So that's what you would expect coming into a consultation. What you should not expect is to walk into someone's establishment, to not receive paperwork, or to not have a consultation form. You will be paying a consultation fee, so you should expect to pay a consultation fee unless the trichologist or the clinic is running a special and they're waiving the consultation fee. So you should expect a consultation fee unless the clinic is not charging at that time. You should not expect to be treated unprofessionally. You should not expect to walk into someone's establishment and they are not dressed professionally. You should not expect to walk into someone's establishment and none of their degrees are posted on their facility walls. You should not expect to walk into a facility that is not able to provide you with any service. You want your trichologist to be knowledgeable in everything that they're doing. And if they don't have that knowledge and understanding, if they don't tell you that they can reach out to someone else, a colleague or someone that's going to give them a second opinion, then you want to run. So you do expect to be received and treated as a client that's going to receive a service. You do deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. And you do deserve to have a trichologist that's going to understand you. When my clients come to me, they know that they're coming to a place where they're going to receive everything that they deserve and more. They're also going to receive my story. I'm a very transparent trichologist. Everything I do has to be transparent because I too have experienced hair loss on many, many, many levels. And I've grown my hair back from no hair to this length hair. And I use the very same products that my clients use. I am my own client. I've used the products that I promote for 3 years before I even decided to come on board to come in this industry. These are the products that I have used, that I know that they work hands down. They've been in the business for over 35 years. And I haven't had a client that hasn't had any success on them as of yet. Knock on wood, and I'm thankful for that. The journeys that my clients take, they know that if they become non-compliant, they will be fired, and I will not assist them again until they're ready to be compliant clients. Non-compliant is a no-go. You can't start something and then stop and then say, well, my hair didn't grow. Well, did you complete the program? I'm very hard on my clients because not only is this the Rock Your Locks name on the line, it's what you came to the clinic for that's on the line. I don't want you to mess around and abort your process because you think that it's not going to work or it's not working fast enough for you. You have to know and understand that hair did not fall out overnight. And if it did fall out overnight, it's because of a telogen effluvium issue. Telogen effluvium issue. And that means that there was some type of significant amount of stress that happened in your life that caused you to go to bed and wake up the next day and you had no hair. In situations like that, The hair will grow back unless there's an autoimmune issue that's going on. Hair will grow back sometimes within 6 months. If it's an autoimmune issue, we have to figure it out. So that means blood work has to be done. So you can expect for your trichologist, for your hair loss practitioner, for your hair loss specialist to be very, very, very extensive in the questions that they're going to be asking you and the journeys that you're going to be taking as far as hair restoration. Very quick and simple. I hope that answered all of your questions. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment down in the bottom of this post. If you need to reach me, my number is 706-631-5040. I also service locally and globally. I have clients in Hawaii. I have clients in the UK. I have clients in Canada. I have clients in the Bahamas. And I have clients all over the state. So that means I don't necessarily have to see you right away in order to talk to you, to service you with products. I Skype with my clients that are global and international. They can then go into a clinic and have their scalp scoped. The clinic that they go to then will refer the photos back over to me, and we work as a unit. Okay. In this industry, you want to make sure that everyone can work together to synergistically make everything work for you as the client, because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's all about servicing the client and hair restoration. That's what's first and foremost at Rocky Locks by Jess. So again, I hope that I was able to answer your questions. If you have any more questions, you can reach out to me. You can give me a call, 706-631-5040, or you can reach me on YouTube. Thanks so much for reaching out. Thanks so much for everything, and I hope you all have an amazing day.